only Gen 8 Pokemon, but this is where things get a little bit weird. No legendaries or alt forms. However, if that alt form has an evolution exclusive to this generation, like Obstagoon for example, it is allowed. Can get this one out of the way quickly. I like dogs. Yes, that's really the entire entry. Looking like a punk singer, this is an amazing combination of two types. I don't even know how to talk about this Pokemon. I can't tell what I'm even looking at. I just know I like it, and I took great advantage of its type combination in the games to paralyze and poison my opponents. This thing loves to eat, but is pretty damn crap at it. How does it always manage to get stuff caught in its throat? I wish more Pokemon could get stuck in its mouth, like any small Pokemon found closely to their habitat, but it's Pokemon, or Game Freak, so I don't think they put all that much thought into this stuff these days, and even if they did, time crunch and stuff unfortunately. I love this thing because of its almost lifeless eyes. It's so blank looking, like you could be talking to it, trying to teach it something, and then it just pecks you in the eye, having taken in nothing you've said, but instead thinking your eye is a snack. I don't think I can explain it well enough, but I love this thing's face. I must be like one of the only British people that isn't a fan of football in some shape or form, and yet don't mind that this is kind of shaped like a football. It's a sheep, it's going to be all kinds of fluffy when in Pokemon, which already tends to exaggerate round shapes and features of animals in general, to give them another meaning. The reason I don't mind is because it looks natural. It looks like a creature that could exist, but drawn in this cartoony style, and I love being able to picture what Pokemon would look like in real life, or the Detective Pikachu style. Why couldn't it have kept its red eyes? It would have been even higher on this list, 1 slot at least, possibly 3 more. That said, its build is still badass, and it actually looks like a creature rather than a basic rock with arms and legs and a face. Wait, it's still that? Okay, but it's also fire type, and that's a pretty cool combination with rock. Plus the combination of fire and rock makes sense since it's a coal monster, and you know, you burn coal. This thing looks like it's waiting for death. I mean, look at it, its existence is suffering, and that's a whole ass mood because same. I relate to Dracovish. I relate. No, I don't need help. This Pokemon reminds me of scary old people for some reason, probably because it's a snapping turtle, to the point where I named mine Gran. This Granny was the first Pokemon revealed in this generation that I loved. Simple design, but it works very well, and even though it wasn't the strongest member of my team, that being my starter because Pyro Ball is way overpowered, this Dreadnought still held up very well in its own way. I love how Applin is a stupid little dragon bug in an apple, and depending on what type of apple you give it, it changes its evolution pretty drastically. This form being a thin flying dragon thing, and it might have been the weakest member of my team overall. Damn, I just love the concept of it so much. I mostly use it to help me catch other Pokemon at this point. The other form Applin can take, but not the form I chose to have on my team because I'm an indecisive idiot. This thing doesn't have wings and sticks to the floor being a chubby, tasty looking pie. This is the most huggable Pokemon of the region, if it's not sticky. Plus, I bet it smells amazing too. Finally, another early bird Pokemon that isn't normal flying. In fact, its first form is just flying. Thank God. I'm sick of the first form having normal added for no reason. I like foxes. I think this is a really interesting concept and I'd love to use one. I'll probably end up putting it on a list like this at some point, at least in my head. This is cool, but I still find it a bit too uncomfortable looking for me to use personally. Pretty cool, even though I generally hate moths. Too late evolving for my usual tastes, like all of these pseudo-legendary Pokemon. Looks like the guy from Kiss, along with being pretty cool in its own way. Once again, I have a shiny of this Pokemon, which might make me a little biased, but at the same time, I hunted for its shiny intentionally, because this and its shiny made the biggest first impression on me out of any Pokemon from this region, and I don't regret the time I spent. To be fair, it wasn't that long. I only Wonder Traded like 4 times before I got one from another country, and could do the Masuda method. The aim was for a Ditto from another country, but it didn't matter at that point. Anyways, that's all for this video. Let me know your favourite Pokemon from this generation in the comments and why. And until next time, bye I guess.